Hi Six India! I hope you're all staying safe and completing lots of work during this lockdown. We are so excited to have you all back in September, and I've been missing you all lots here at Giles, so really excited. And you get to have me for another year. I'm so looking forward to teaching you all again in Year 6. It's going to be great. We're just doing a little video to help you to sort of transition while we're here. We can show you a few bits in the building if you're a bit unsure, or to talk to you about what it might be like coming back to school in September and some of the changes we've had to make. So first of all, this will be your classroom, which luckily I've still been able to keep my classroom, so it's going to be not 5 India anymore, but 6 India. So just be literally down the corridor from your old classroom, so really handy. And this is it, so we can have a little look around the classroom now. Mrs. Bo, do you want to turn so we've got the tables in shot? So this, you'll see, we put the tables in rows for you, because then you're all going to be facing the front, and it'll be a lot easier for you to see. You won't have to mix so much and sort of be breathing on top of each other and opposite. So that's how I've got all the tables in rows to begin with. And we might change that round as time goes on, and you might be able to work back into your groups, but that'll be a bit safer for you to start with. We've also got in here is a little staff room. That we don't tend to let children in there, that's mainly just for staff, but if for some reason you just need a little bit of time out or some quiet time, we sometimes will let you just have a little bit of time out if you need it. You can take yourselves in there, and we know that that's just a time for you to have a little bit of a cool off before coming back into the classroom, if you need it. Okay. Other than that, we'll take you out into the cloakroom quickly, so you can have a look. So here is our cloakroom, where you will hang up all your things and the lunch trays at the end there. Again, really similar to how you had it down the other end before. So you're just literally coming down the corridor. You've got your drinking fountain there, and your toilets that you will use are just here as well. So you don't need to go all the way down to the entrance, you just use the toilets that are closest to the classroom. Okay. And as well as having me this year, you also have a new TA, which I'm going to turn the phone round. So you can see the lovely...
Hi, looking forward to seeing you all in September.
Ah, there's Mrs. Bow, your lovely new TA for next year. Okay, and I'll try not to touch it this time. So, other than that, really just a quick recap on timings and things throughout the day when you come in. We haven't finalised completely yet, but we're hoping that we can slightly stagger the times when you come in the morning and when you go home at the end of the day. They might be a little bit different to normal, because we have to make sure we haven't got lots of groups of people all coming in at the same time. Your lunch and break times might change as well slightly, just because we can't have you mixing with any children other than your year group. So within class you will just be with your group of 30, and then hopefully break and lunch times will just be as a maximum of 90 children, so just year 6 outside at one time. So again, your times might change so that we can cater for that and stagger it. We are also hoping that fine dining will still be able to take place for those of you that had that lunch times last year. Hopefully you can just be with the year 6s when you do your fine dining. So that should still go ahead, hopefully, as well. Any sort of interventions or little support groups that you had last year with a TA or another member of staff will still happen. We've also really lucky in year 6, we've got Mrs. Southwell to help us do some little support groups and help, particularly with maths. Really helpful. So if you want a little bit of extra support next year for that, we'll make sure that that's in place for you as well, and do lots of fun activities. Other than that, really, we're just really so looking forward to having you all back and to be able to do lots of fun things next year, including all our trips and PGL. Fingers crossed that can go ahead, because that's a great trip and it's such a lovely ending to your time at Giles. So it'd be great if we can do that as well. Really looking forward to seeing all your faces and having you back in September. So until then, we'll see you then.